Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another Binding of Isaac, where today we're still just doing main character Isaac. Haven't unlocked anything, which is something should probably work towards now that I actually think about it. Didn't catch that. Immediately walking into this huge, or not huge, but long room. Probably not the best idea, although it paid off since the treasure room's right there. Yeah, we got a key out of it. The last run I had trouble with having too much speed and not nearly enough power. And so we made it, I think we made it to Caves 2 and we died. I think last run. So this run, it's different, but still running into problems nevertheless. And that's, we haven't gotten a super good one yet. I think maybe in the next episode, I'm going to try to go for Lazarus, because Lazarus is, I think, the character I beat the actual depths on my first time, just because he's fairly easy to get, and then he has an extra life. So like Isaac, right now he has 3 hearts. For Lazarus, there's a ×1 off to the side of that, and when he dies, he'll resurrect, but he only has 1 heart instead of 3. So he's decent, but he's not the greatest. And then he starts with a pill every time too, and it could just be any pill, which I've been on a super dry streak with that before, where it's been like 4 games in a row. It would be a health down or a luck down or something. It's horrible. But starting this off, basement 1 wasn't too bad. I haven't gotten hit yet, but then we had a blue enemy with the blue guy here. Room with the blue enemy. So he gave us supplies and we got a soul heart. And then really we have 2 now. 2 coins, 1 bomb, 1 key. Nothing super worth it. I think I'm gonna try to find the secret room right here. Keyword there is try. Yep, there it goes. We unlocked that heart though, so we could come back for that later. But so our treasure was just the box of spiders, which kind of sucks. I'm not real big on spiders, and the boss is Dingle. And last episode of talking up my Dingle skills, you'll see just how skilled I am right here, as I immediately get hit within a couple seconds of it. Which, granted, probably wasn't the best idea to focus on him versus trying to take out the poo, because having those obstacles in the way of your boss fight kind of sucks. Although that poo did actually save me right there. I look at it. Yeah, he bounced off of that before he could actually hit me. But, so, I think I'm going to end up using the box of spiders here. Like I was saying, it's pretty, I think that's the first time I've had it. It's pretty mediocre thing, especially to get in your treasure room, where it's kind of wasted slot of something else, where it just spawns the little blue spiders. Well, like, they do a tiny bit of damage, they're not good enough, and a lot of times it'll spawn 1, like right there, it just spawns 1 blue spider, and you did probably the equivalent of 1 tier. Monster's messing me up though. He took out a soul heart and 1 normal heart, so he does hit me 4 times now, 5 times now. I said Monstro, by the way, too, I realized. Dingle, not Monstro. Monstro I'd probably have less trouble with. Dingle, I don't know why, but Dingle's always just the bane of my existence. But we got a soul heart there. So, since we're at the end of this floor, we can drop down. And that'll give us another canister, which isn't bad. Soul Heart's nice. Satan's a fun path, but God is a decent path too. I don't know. Oh, I was testing my speed out there because we got Roid Rage. He looks so angry now. He's tired of being used with needles. So yeah, first floor wasn't too bad, but could have been better. Roid Rage isn't bad, although, same as last time, we still kind of damage would be better. Speed, decent, range, decent, but it doesn't really mean anything. It's gonna get to the point eventually, hopefully in one of these runs, well, if I manage to unlock Samson, I'll probably try to beat it with Samson, because Samson's awesome. But then, in one of these runs, if we get some kind of Satan stuff going, which sounds horrible if you haven't played the game before, but you have Holiness or Sin, and Sin normally gives you more powerful stuff at the cost of hearts, and Holiness is a lot harder to get stuff from, but when it does, it's usually really good. So, Sin, though, Brimstone, awesome. Charge up laser thing. If we can get Little Brimstone too. Little Brimstone, I don't know if I've ever managed to beat a run with Little Brimstone, because he's like the best follower, and then I get him, and I'm so happy, and then I always find some way to die. And we just gotta speed down. I think it pretty much cancels out the road range. I also found out at that point, you can hit the select button. It tells you your time on the run, and it makes the map bigger. So that's kind of useful, I guess. I don't know if it would show you anything special if the map was bigger, because it seemed kind of pointless. It's pretty easy to see. I don't know if it's just meant for people who have smaller TVs. But so far we're not doing bad. Box of spiders, like I said, still not the best. Halo flies also. Second treasure room, still not really good things. Could be getting some kind of upgrade instead of just flies and spiders. But we have decent, for stage 2 we have a decent amount of money, and then we have no keys, so we really can't do anything with it at this point. These guys, I don't know, I always have trouble with the, like, meat chunk guys. I don't know what it is. I guess just because you have to hit them perpendicular, and they shoot perpendicular, so it's always just the danger of if you run up there to hit them, they're going to shoot at you also. So it kind of sucks. And towards the end of this room, here we go. Got another coin. Like I said, loading up fairly decent on money. I don't know. I don't even know. I remember if we make it into a shop at any of these. Halo flies. Well, it might not be the best. It actually, like right there, you can see it does block some stuff sometimes. If you can get like protector flies too, like the blue ones that'll come around you, that'll actually help some to help block some shots. So I found the boss room. I think that was the last room on this floor, so I think I'm just looking for the secret now. Don't actually remember. Oh, there it is. Yep. It had 3 pills in it. That's another thing. So if anybody knows anything about this game more than I do, I know the mushrooms you can break for stuff, but I honestly don't know if the weird dead statue things, because there's a lot of different, like there's a hanging one, and there's a laughing one, and an angry one, and one with its eyes cut out and stuff. Like there's a lot of different variants. Do they mean anything, or can you do anything with them? I honestly don't know, besides that they just sit in the secret room and in some of the shops and stuff. Gurglings. So something I was thinking about was, it's weird to me that in the original, I'm pretty sure though, I could be wrong, I didn't see too much of it. I think the only Gertie boss was Gertie himself, and in this one, there's Gertie, there's the Gurglings, there's Gertie Jr., and then there's Mama Gertie. There's a bunch of different ones, so it's like Gertie, I think in the original was probably one of the more difficult bosses. In this one, he's not too bad, at least now that I've actually started playing it and dealing with him myself. I don't have too much trouble with him. But the Gurglings, these guys, if you don't have enough damage, a lot of times do have trouble with them just because their rushing thing is annoying. And especially later on, like, not so much here, but in the womb, when you get enemies that leave blood trails like that, they're really hard to see because everything's super red. But there we go, we got Jesus Juice to give us some damage up, a little bit more range. But everything's super red, so I end up walking into blood trails. And even there, like, the room was really bloody. I'll end up walking into those trails a lot of times and not noticing what I'm doing. On to the caves 1. We're almost like a super mutant from Fallout. Completely green, super angry, and we do decent amount of damage. And then we're friends with all kinds of different insects. Still making the money, though. Then we have little green mutated. So that's... with this game, I think most of the enemies in here that aren't insects and stuff are like abortions and like old children and stuff that your mom discarded, which is kind of what I was talking about in the last episode with his mom like being super Christian, but then on the actually looking at what she's done, what she has lying around, she's a very demented person, and I don't know that I would trust anybody that has Satan appearing in my basement to offer deals to my children at the price of parts of his soul. Then we got Pisces here, which I think is the fish in terms of zodiac, which on my other profile, or my other I don't know what to call it now, game, whatever, file on this game, I think I found most of the zodiacs. I think Pisces, this is the first time I found this one. I found like Aquarius and Taurus and things like that before. And Leo's nice. Stomp is always awesome. That's what Jump, the How to Jump book that lets you jump is awesome. Got Pinky Eye Poison. So we had piercing shots, so now we have piercing and poison, which is good. But Stomp is always awesome, and then the Jump book is always awesome, because then you can like crush rocks, and then with Jump you can jump over them into other places. Or if you get the hood, or like one of the ghost things from Satan where you can just fly, it makes it really useful. Or like the horsey from killing the headless horseman. There's a lot of different things. If you can get a Stomp and some way to like get over gaps though, like fly, then you're really awesome. Like you can get a bunch of collectibles. No, they're still there. They just don't show up. But my brother was saying that poison switched out the piercing shots. I had piercing on the clothespin, then I had piercing from picking up Pisces too. So now I don't know if it has the triangular ones from the clothespin, but I think my normal shots pierce a little bit too now. I actually have not been paying attention to see it. But then I have the poison eye, which is helpful. Be helpful later on too, especially fighting those later on when I fight the enemies that you can only shoot them in the back of the head, like where their brain is exposed. Helps with because poison will still affect them even if you're not actually shooting them in the back, so you can hit them with that. Well, okay, so these guys in this episode, I noticed something. I don't know if I'm just dumb or if I haven't been paying close enough attention. I always have trouble with those skeletons because they have the ranged attack where they throw their bone at you, and so it always messes with me. I don't know if I noticed a little bit there, but later on I do. You can shoot their bones out of the air. I don't know if it was because of some kind of upgrade I have, or if I've honestly just never noticed it before and it's always been there. But I was shooting their bones out of the air, which makes those guys a lot easier to deal with if that's actually just a thing. So I'm going to try that in the future, because a lot of times I have trouble with those enemies because, especially if you get them in large numbers, but even just one or two, fighting them, you'll be fighting them and then they'll throw it at you and you're just screwed, especially if you're in a close quarters thing. If you're in like a big open room like this, normally it's not too bad, but it still is. Then using these pro strats on Gertie, my friend was telling me, I was like, man, a lot of times I have trouble with Gertie when he spawns a bunch of stuff. He's like, dude, Gertie's easy. You mean the big one? Or like actual Gertie? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you can just stand behind him in Rebirth. I'm like, oh, that's fun. So if you come back here and you're just targeting where he's spawning his flies the whole time, you can straight up just stand behind him and he can't do anything to you because he can't shoot backwards. Whereas normally, I think maybe even a better way, because if you don't have enough damage, you're not going to kill him from back there quick enough. And his flies are destroying me though. I don't know if he's hit me the whole time, but his flies have taken me down like 3 or 4 hearts. But is just to get on one side, and then as soon as you see his head disappear into himself, you can move to the other side. Like if I'm on the left, move down to the bottom, and then move to the right, and then down to the bottom. Do it that way. That's how I normally do it. I feel like that might even be a better way. So I think, yeah, now we have 5 hearts total, which isn't bad. I think I'm gonna go look for the secret room now, which, good and bad thing at the same time. Secret room can give you good things, but it doesn't always, and then it's still kind of a downside though too, because it takes a bomb to get in there, so if you don't find it, you're screwed. And at the same time, it just like wasting your time trying to find it can be kind of a bad thing, I guess. I don't know. It's like, it's a lot of times it'll just have a couple coins. Like the one on the floor before this, I think, had pills in it, which is really useful. But if you just get a couple coins or a couple keys or bombs or something, keys isn't as bad, but a lot of times I'll get coins or bombs, and then it becomes almost useless to use a bomb to get in there. Down to caves 2 now. This might have been where it was, where I'm actually seeing myself shooting their bones out of there, which is useful. And then the, well, obviously not there, getting hit by it. Yeah, right there. But, these skeleton skulls that like pop up on the fleshy things, a lot of times, I don't know, I don't know so much anymore, but I know back when I used to watch Northern Line play this, he would have trouble with that. And it used to be you had to look away from them to get them open. It doesn't seem to be like that in Rebirth. It seems to just be, if you're not firing at it constantly, it'll pop open randomly sometimes. And then if you, they're not that bad though, but the ones that walk around aren't either. And then if you can get a red, like actual pure fleshy one, those are easy, because they'll pop up, but if they're pure flesh, you can hit them even when they're down. And then we have these. I don't know. In this game, spiders and flies, first 3 or 4 stages are pretty common, which isn't bad. Like, especially flies. Flies aren't that bad, except for like the pink-bearded grandfather ones can be kind of annoying. But other than that, spiders, I freaking hate the spiders in the game. I don't care. The little tiny ones, the bigger red ones, the huge red ones, any of them, I always have trouble with them, which is really weird that such an easy enemy like the tiny spiders that die after like a couple shots, they're so fast, I always end up missing. I don't know if it's just I have slow reflexes, I guess, or what, but that is a thing, because me and spiders are not fun. And then we're at the point now, Caves 2, where Larry Jr. we've progressed to the point where he's not even a boss anymore. He's just a normal enemy. So here we are. I think his health bar just jumped up there after I destroyed his segment. Maybe I cut him off and then immediately destroyed his head or something. That was weird. But I don't know. That's what having the bosses come back isn't too bad if you get something like this or Chub or Dingle or something. But like there's the big ones that look like Dingle. I think they're the exact same. They just don't have a boss health bar. But if you get a room like this, like later on, like in Caves 2 or Depths or something, and it has the Gurglings in it, God, that's so annoying, because then you can get them with other enemies, like the skeletons or something. That's just bad. And then, I don't know if you ever will get to a point where you can see... I think maybe there is a point, like in the womb, where you can see Monstro and Monster 2 as ones. And then we got Libra, you feel balanced. I didn't notice that. I don't know how that exactly works, because it took me a while to notice what that did. But if you notice, my keys and my bombs both went up. I think my bombs went from like 3 to 6, and my keys went from like 2 to 7. So I don't know if it just raises them a certain amount, or if it didn't really make them on par with my coins or anything. So I'm not sure exactly how that worked. I guess if you add it up, they all equal 50. Maybe that's something, because it's supposed to be like 50-50. I don't know, that's weird. But I think that might be the first time I've seen Libra too. I think when we got Pisces earlier too, if you look... Oh, that's what... Okay, when I looked at Pisces earlier, I thought it looked like I was checkerboard. It's because it's supposed to be fish scales is what it is. I didn't even notice that. So yeah, Pisces is definitely the fish. So running through here, we still haven't gotten better item. Still stuck with our box of spiders. Still stuck. We have a decent amount of coins, decent amount of everything now because of Libra brought us up. But we really don't have... We're doing okay on health, but we don't have a whole bunch of damage yet. Although we're not weak. I guess our big tiers are doing enough damage to take out most things. And these little worm things, I don't know if I get hit so much here. But a lot of times I'll have trouble with them too, especially fighting Chub. These things suck if he spawns a bunch of them. Got another coin. Got one of them fleshy skulls, immediately dead, like I was saying. And then, fly hives. So, I do a thing here. Where to get that key, although I really didn't even need it, I do this, and I place the bomb and do that like you're supposed to. But then, I'm trying to strafe it, so I walk through the spikes, because I'm just boss like that. And then my brother points out, oh, you didn't even need to do that. Well, found a secret room here, opening that too. Got good flush room. But you didn't even do that, you can just go in from the top. Which I didn't notice, because since we blew the rock open, like on the other side, it filled in that gap, so let's just walk in there. But, flushy room, normally a bit harder to find. Isn't bad, though. Giving us the extra health is always great. I don't know, I haven't found those too often. They're a lot harder to find than the base, like, secret rooms where you can see the moon. Here we have our boss for Caves 2, which is Chub. Which, like, I don't remember normally having trouble with him, but this time, I don't know what it is, but pretty sure Chub destroys me right here, especially with all his little ones. Which I do survive this. Yeah, I do. I survived this fight, but he gets me down to the point where, like, I'm pretty out. Use that box of spiders again. Got 2 spiders this time, so good luck. It looks like it's gonna help so much. Excuse me. He's really close. On the verge of death. And little Chubby appeared in the basement, where, my friend Alan, I don't know if he'll watch this, he is known as Tubby, so he is little Chubby. Alan has appeared in my basement. If you're watching that, there's your shout out, Chubby. Down to the depths 1 with my green ugly ass guy, with Larry Jr. appearing as a normal enemy again. It's not bad, just destroyed him this time. I think I've gotten strong enough where it's not bad. Then, yeah, see Chub, so Chub didn't do too much to me. After fighting him, I'm left with 3 out of 5 hearts. And we find these little pieces of brain. I don't know, I think Fibula or something like that. Fistula, that's what it is the boss that's made up of all those, which is like a dead brain, I guess. And I completely forgot. I got the chariot, and I was like, I forget what this card does, and I use it. And it was the invincibility card that makes you the, like, rainbow unicorn for 1 room, and I just wasted it. Which would have been great if I would have saved that for the boss. I think, yeah, we opened that chest. Wasted a bomb on the chest and opened it, and it turned out to just be spiders. And then here, we got a bomb back, I guess, there. But then, fighting these guys where you see my poison shot will affect one of them. Yeah, it'll actually poison him even though I'm not shooting him in the head, which I guess I did finish him off there. But it wasn't bad. I think we're not too far. We're like 4 minutes from the end of 4 or 5 minutes from the end of this, so we're getting there. But the depths, that's why I don't know. I think for like I said earlier, for the next run I should try to unlock the characters. I could do not Eve. Magdalene and Cain and Lazarus are the 3 ones I got first. I think I got them all in the same run, actually, which Cain is literally just luck, because he's based on money, whereas Magdalene's not hard to get. I think hers is just getting enough hearts, and Lazarus is just getting soul hearts. So if I can just save up my soul hearts and not get hit, we'll get Lazarus, which was probably who I'll end up running it with, unless I like try hard for Samson or Eve. Which Eve is a really hard character to play. She starts with Whore of Babylon, which is a great power-up, but she starts with 2 hearts. So like her thing is based around getting damage to get stronger, and then once you use Whore of Babylon, if you either have to stay almost dead to the point where you're doing damage, or you have to heal yourself and then not have your damage, because she starts off a little weaker, I'm pretty sure, too. Which she's not a bad character, but she is kind of hard to play. And then Samson is freaking awesome, and he's a little bit harder to get, because Eve is just not picking up hearts, where you can take damage and still not pick up hearts. But Samson, you can't pick up hearts for you can't get damage for 2 stages. So he's a little bit harder to get, like, running that in the basement isn't bad. And then, I almost did it last time. In the last video, I was kind of, like, subconsciously aiming for Basement Boy, like, man, we can do it in the first one. And, we didn't get it, though. But then, he is awesome. His thing is called Bloodlust, and it's basically when he gets hit, each time he gets hit, his tears get a little bit more stronger, a little bit stronger. So if the more damage you're taking, you're doing it. But then you can heal, and it'll still stay like that till the end of the stage. It's when you drop down to the next stage that it resets. This room right here was kind of a like douche room. Or not this one, but the one before, with the skulls bouncing around. Because those skulls, you start finding them in the depths. They're not normally too bad, unless you get a room like that. That one, like if I wouldn't have been popping those poops quick enough, and the skulls start bouncing around in weird places, it makes it a lot harder to predict. Because having to break the poop and then get in there to it. Oh, I didn't realize. So at this point, I traded out the poison shots for the Bible, because I'm like, faith up. We already got a soul heart earlier. That's good. We'll actually maybe get something, like as an angel to appear or something. But I didn't realize we traded that out for poison shots, which I probably shouldn't have done, because poison shots would have been a lot more useful. Going for a secret room, didn't get one there. We still have a lot of money here. Have a decent amount of bombs and keys. I don't know if there was even a shop on this floor, actually. I think I was looking for it, because that's what we had, the money, and if we weren't gonna make it, we could have at least donated it. Well, there's a secret room there. That troll bomb almost got me there. Then we got 2 normal bombs to pick up, which kind of catches us up since we were using them. And I think I'm just gonna run up to these last couple rooms here. That's what we're doing. Fairly bad on health though, which sucks. That we're only at a heart and a half to have a long room and then another normal room. And I think after that's the actual boss. Which, spoilers, may or may not be where I die at. Find out. Half a heart left. These skeleton guys, I was talking up earlier, like, man, I bet I have a strategy for killing these guys now. They still... Oh, I know what it is. Yeah, so that thing I just got, this green brain, Bob's Brains Explosive Thought, it does that at Kamikazes. But holy crap, is it a horrible, horrible thing. Because, like, sometimes it can be useful, and sometimes it'll hit something that's right next to you. So it'll, like, murder you, hurt you, trying to get something else. I think I was looking for a red room, or a flesh room there, like, to get hearts. I think I still am, because at this point I was like, if I don't get some kind of health here, then I'm gonna die in this boss. So we got less than a minute left. What happens? I don't even remember. So, heading up. It's about to end right here. I have a feeling... Okay, I remember what happens here, yeah. There it is. Bob's Brain. Kamikaze, and I was just close enough that it fucked me over. So, wasn't super bad run, but that fucked me up. So, thanks for watching. Like if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see